And we knew you guys were coming.
So we made the
some
espresso.
Oh, yes, it's our virtual show. Do we got the LED on?
We do.
Super blasting. We're going to get started. We got about 4 signature table sections for you guys of 4 of our top-selling, very intentional, super designs of glass pumpkin. And we're going to go through each of them tonight on the show and show you our patented technique. And we're going to start with our first one here, which we are having a sweepstakes of the name of this style of pumpkin.
All right, so should I go over the table or should I watch?
Maybe let's watch this first one. Show these people what the action's all about.
Okay, we named the show The Gathering Point because that's what Jake's going to be doing right now. He's going to be gathering some glass.
If you guys have ever seen us gather glass out of the furnace, you may have never seen us go this far into the furnace. Watch this.
Because why? Because the tank is low. He's got it dip.
Just for a little dunk. We're firing at all cylinders, folks, and we are using as much glass as we can to get prepped for this show and everything else we got going on.
Did you know it's Pumpkin Spice Day for today?
I don't even really know what that means.
Well, you know how they have holidays
Pumpkin
like
Spice
Valentine's Day and all of that? Today it's Pumpkin Spice Day.
I didn't smell pumpkin spice at all day.
Well, now we do, because now we're smelling this.
That's looking spicy.
Crispy pumpkin.
So we're going for not a miniature pumpkin, but a miniature bubble to start this pumpkin. And if you guys have seen our shows, if you're familiar with glass in general, you may know there's a certain type of color application.
You want me to tell them about it?
Yeah.
The overlay?
Yes. Bam, there it is.
The color overlay, folks, is when you gather up some clear crystal on the end of the blowpipe, and then you let that cool down so it's not moving, probably around like 1,300 degrees, and then your assistant is heating up
and then
chunk
go for it
of
again.
solid, super dense bar color, which is very dense, very, very beautiful, and it goes a long way. When I say it goes a long way, you could blow a small piece the size of a grape into a bubble the size of a basketball, and it would still be very, very vivid and gorgeous. So it's super dense and heavy duty. This is one of our solid color pumpkins, and we've never done these before.
Now, we haven't really classified it as one of the signature styles that we do every year, but that's number 1B on the tables that are up to come throughout this night. And the sweepstakes for the name is for exactly what Chris explained to you guys. You can see the extra time it takes to make these, the extra expense in color, and we want to come up with a name that highlights the purity of that for someone who may not have seen our shows to understand that there's something special about it, how crisp and clean it is.
Hey, Bess, you want to get us started with letting us know who's in the chat?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ah.
So we've got Katrina says
Darn
hello
right.
from Chicagoland. We've got, let's see here, Ronija says hello from Wisconsin. Let's see, Vicky says hi from Seattle. Carol says hello from Sarnia. Carrie says hello, GA friends. This is my favorite show of the year, watching from CT. I've invited some friends to watch tonight too.
Yeah.
Oh, watch party.
Donna says hi from Twinsburg. Lori says hi from Ohio. Alexis is here from North Carolina. Let's see here. Dawn says espresso. This should be a high energy show. I know there were a couple of you who said they were having sound issues. I was good over on my side. I said to refresh your screen. I know it came back for a couple of you, so it looks like everybody's doing okay now. But if anybody's still having an issue, let me know. Let's see here. Over on YT, Pam says hi from MA. Let's see here. We've got Cookie says hi from Northern Canada. Amy's here, says howdy.
Amy!
Mary Lou says hey from Perkiomenville, Pennsylvania. Susan is here from Indiana. Trevor's here from Lake Havasu.
Okay.
Let's see here. Dave Worth says pumpkin party tonight. Yes, it is.
I think I saw an email from Dave, too, in my inbox, and a couple other people have sent out emails pre-show for this show, and I apologize that I haven't got around to getting to them. As you know, it's just a crazy, insane time, and we were blowing pumpkins at 8 a.m. this morning, and we're here now for more pumpkins. There was no time for the computer today.
No computer time is not always a bad thing.
But take a look at how intentionally and carefully, folks, I'm squishing this color down. Every pumpkin on this show is going to be for sale, and these colors were picked out by Oliver on this one. He picked out 4 chunks of bar color and said, this is what we got. And I went for the most expensive one and the most beautiful one because it's our signature show. This is going to be a beautiful, transparent ruby pink, which is just ridiculous. And the trick with these pumpkins is that you want to be meticulous with the way you lay the color on. It's a dense, solid, very pricey pink chunk of glass, and you can overlay it and put too much on the moil and have a bunch of waste glass. You can put it on unevenly and have it have a fade from clear to too thick of color. So you really need to have a true understanding of each color and its density and the ways it moves with the material, both soft and hard.
And did you read about this in a book?
No.
So what are you saying? You had to learn while you were doing it?
Yeah, you got to do it with your hands, and you got to figure it out. You got to make mistakes, and you got to make beautiful ones.
Isn't that what apprentice crafts are all about?
Exactly.
Apprentice electricians, plumbers,
Yep.
doctors. Except doctors aren't called apprentices, they're called interns.
Right.
But I don't know what the difference is.
I mean, that's exactly how the process works. And Oliver and Matt, a couple of our amazing apprentices and amazing people that do amazing things here at the studio, are in the throes of that right now, doing pumpkinettes.
I've never made a mistake.
Did you guys catch that? Oliver said he's never made a mistake. They're always learning experiences. I agree. I've never made a mistake either.
Yeah, but there's a lot of different products using different colors, understanding how they react with each other and everything else. We don't use a lot of bar color because it takes a serious team of everyone super focused, intentional, crazy action, and it takes a really long time. Mistakes can be treacherous, so we're going to do it, though, here today.
So Jake's not just standing around making conversation. He's actually
No.
allowing the bubble to cool off. If you wrap another layer of glass on there and it's too hot, it will just get wonky and too soft, and you
I
can't
got a
shape
pipe
it.
cooler after this.
And so he mentioned the furnace is low. So look at the angle of the pipe. He's digging in there deep.
It's a tippy-toe dunker.
Yeah. It's also really hot. So he's going to pipe cool it because he had to go so deep. That pipe, the heat does rise, but the pipe does get hot when you go in that deep. You can see the steam rising to give you a clue that it is pretty hot.
For those of you amateur glass blowers that watch our show, it's very important when you do a large dunk like this to let the glass fall back onto the pipe. You want to build up heat from the tip of your pipe down into the piece. You don't want all your thickness and all your mass on the very end of the bubble. Now I can push it back down and spread it around how I like, and I will say that 90% of glass shops prefer to use a block for this type scenario. There it is. After doing a bunch of these and getting prepared for the show today, I found I almost prefer to use the marber. That's where I grew up with and I'm most comfortable with using the marber, versus some glass blowers like to use the paper. They use a...
Did you have a marber in your bedroom, like you grew up with it?
Yeah. My desk.
It was like your good friend?
I want to mention 2 things.
Yes.
While I have a second. One, I'm seeing a lot of new names in our chat. So if you are watching for the first time, let us know. I love seeing first timers here. I know we've got Vera says hello from the Netherlands. Let's see, Christy, who is Carrie's friend, is here for the first time, and she just bought her first pumpkin this weekend. So hello, Christy. Thanks for joining us. Also, the way that the table is going to work tonight is a little bit different. I know we already mentioned in the beginning that it is a virtual pumpkin show tonight. So we've got a couple things going on. First and foremost, we do have our regular table going live at 6:30. So for our first timers, this is going to be a collection of 12 pumpkins, which are going to show off some beautiful orange one-and-done pumpkins, one-of-a-kind pieces. So if you fall in love with something, I will post the link in the comments when that table goes live. It goes live on our website at 6:30, so that we will have a normal table that is live all show, and if you're watching this as a replay, it is live all week. Then we also have 4 virtual pumpkin show tables, and those are going to go live throughout the night. We've got A, B, C, and D. So not all of them are going to be live all at the same time. So just keep your ears open, keep your eyes open. We're going to be talking about when those tables go live. We're going to be mentioning it. You're going to have some fast fingers tonight. One more thing I'll mention is we also, if you guys remember from a couple shows ago, maybe more than a couple, but we've done, it's called Carter, but basically we have one and done pumpkins that we've selected as a special bonus for you guys. And those are going to appear on your screen randomly throughout the show tonight. So if you fall in love with a pumpkin that pops up in a pop-up box on your screen, follow the prompt. It'll tell you what to type in the comments. And then you're actually going to get a Facebook message from, it looks like it's GA. It's going to be our register service. And it's going to teach you how to cash out that pumpkin. So lots of things going on tonight. We've got over 48 brand new pumpkins for you guys to see. We're going to have a really fun time tonight.
Sorry for that loud explosion into the microphone.
We got pumpkin ribs.
So we have 24 pumpkin ribs on this particular one, and this is going to be a beautiful, wholesome, transparent pink. We're not going to affect the outside, the exterior of the color in any other way, put spots or put any other mojo on there, because the purpose of this is to show that that overlay went on beautifully.
Are you going to want any help turning that pipe when you're blowing it out, Jake?
Perhaps, yes. I think I just may.
The cool thing about our shows is you guys, they're interactive. So feel free to ask us questions as the show rolls on.
Thanks.
You can ask us what they're doing, techniques,
Blow.
why they're doing certain things. If you're new to the show, if you've
Stop.
never watched glassblowing, or if you are a glassblower, there are some things that
Blow.
we do that may or may not make sense to you. Right now, Chris has helped turning the pipe.
Stop.
Oliver's blowing it up.
Thank you, Deb.
And I was getting the paddle because I know this
That's
is
okay.
Looks
Thank you.
pretty good.
gonna be hot. So he has to turn because gravity is pulling down on the glass. And so it seems like it went really quick. Kind of did go quick.
I love the
glory hole.
24-point mold. Super crisp, super
What do you
clean.
guys think about the 24? He's talking about on the side there, all those ribs on it. I like the 12. I do not like the 24. Because I'm like, what pumpkin has that many ridges? But a lot of people like it. It's one of Jake's favorites.
I also want to mention the reason that we love doing these shows, let's do white core with magenta on top, is that this may just look like a transparent pink pumpkin, and we'll talk about the difference of handmade pumpkins versus imported pumpkins and all types of different things there. But if we were to just put up a table and not make this pumpkin on a given specific pumpkin show day, you guys may not know and understand the difference between this and any other pumpkin. And we do a lot of different styles of pumpkins. We can't even highlight them all tonight in one show. But we kind of feel like that's our duty, and it's something that we've really fell into a groove of doing and representing and showing you the process, regardless of whether it's our own secrets or not, because it adds value to understanding that piece. It's just like what we do at the Ren Fair with drinkware, any custom order. You saw where it came from, you understand the time and energy that was put into it, and this was a perfect overlay. Oliver brought it over really hot, really symmetrical, and I was able to get it all the way right up to where it needed to be to blow this beautiful pink pump out.
Would you say that it's still hot, so that color is richer and deeper than it normally is? It still has some orange heat in it. So Oliver just brought some hot glass over. He's gathering the color for the stem. The other thing that's pretty cool, if you're new to the show, we do these live shows every every Tuesday. And what's cool about them is you're seeing it in real time. There's no editing, there's no cutting out. If you're a glass blower or you're wondering how long it takes to make something, you can time this because you're seeing it from start to finish. There are no crops or edits. And Chris is working on, what is Chris doing? The next pumpkin?
I'm going to get one more when you go to drop. This is the timing. This is big time right here.
What is he making?
He's starting on a Van Gogh pumpkin.
Perfect.
But we're going to finish this one up right here, sharing the same heat source. You got
So
that
Oliver
on a
is
counterweight or a regular one?
Gathering the glass. He
Okay.
had it on his pipe, added the color, and this is going to be the stem. And I'm right in the middle of the action, so let me spin around. Jake's going to take that pumpkin and knock it off on the table.
No bonker.
And now let's wheel in for the stem. So popular, the phone's ringing right in the middle
Go
of the
for it.
demo.
Gonna read a couple more comments. John says first time watchers, but we have a few pumpkins from Redfest throughout the years and we've taken a class with you before. Welcome to the live show. Angel says, hello beautiful people, have happy pumpkin blowing over there in Argentina. Thank you.
It's fine, just like that.
Diane says, hi GA fam from Florida, but watching from Virginia with some family this week. Danielle's a first time watcher here. Hello Danielle. Let's see here. Amy says, hey everyone, I've been away for a while, but I'm back. Hello Amy. Welcome back.
Nice, Oliver.
Now, is this first pumpkin members only? All right, so my Loyalty League members, this pumpkin is going to go up for sale in a moment just for you guys. So if you are a member of our Loyalty League, a special group of subscribers, you are going to be able to purchase this pumpkin. You guys were already emailed a link earlier today. So as soon as I give you the okay that this is live, then you guys are going to have some fast fingers because this is a beauty
They're
and you
going
don't
into
want
the
to miss out.
annealer. Behind that, I'll show you what it looks like.
All right.
Number one in the box.
So that's number one, you guys. It's a little hectic. All we did today was blow pumpkins all day long, and we were completely in order with how we put it together pumpkins, but inevitably we switch up the crew and we change up the energy of the shop and put out a new bench and everything and set up for the show, and things are completely different. So we made that one work. It was beautiful. It was
What
a
was
white
the
core,
problem?
pink stem, and
didn't
it
have
turned
the
out
bonker?
amazing. Yep, turned out amazing. But that one's going to be for sale, and Chris is going to make a pink Van Gogh now.
So, shall I stay here or shall I go to the table for a second?
A couple twists. You can get those and then head over to the table. All right, so I got about 8 layers, if not 10 layers of color on here. And it's really, really layered up. And now we're going to want to really get some good twists in here, which is just like the Van Gogh Starry Night, you guys.
It looks like a giant heap of bubble gum right now, but give it some time. You're going to be amazed at what happens. You will be dazzled and amazed, because that's what we do here at the Glass Academy. We're going to show you 2 tables. Now, the first
Looking
table will
pretty
go
good.
live at 6:30. I can ask. And that's our regular show table. We do one table of 12 items every week. But then we're also going to have a specialty table.
So we're going to go right through the forest here, folks.
First, this is our weekly table that changes the theme every week. All right.
Typical virtual pumpkin show table with some classic hitters for you. Don't trip on that or
Now
these.
we're going to go through the forest.
Through the forest into our showroom, soon to be the Michigan room. This is table A that's being opened up first. Awesome.
This is the pattern Chris is working on now, but what colors were they? Pinks or neutrals?
Yes, so that's the Van Gogh pattern, and this is a purple and pink white swirler that he's going to be doing now. And these ones, as you saw, he left when we were, 75% through the previous pumpkin. It began prepping all the colors, and all the time while we're over here looking at this table, he's melting in those colors and smoothing them out. But here are some more examples of the bar color. Look at that. Look at the way the light shines through that.
And these are, because this is our virtual, like our
Look at this
specialty
one.
feature show, these are big pumpkins.
Look at that.
We have a variety of other sizes on the website. And these are like the mumbo jumbos.
We really only can make these specialty pumpkins with the time and the team and the amount of hands that we have as a crew at the Glass Academy in our higher price range, because it takes so much extra time and preparation for each specific color style that it doesn't really it doesn't become possible to make them in a smaller scale. Maybe if we had 4 or 5 more workers here, we could possibly.
But that's not the goal of the business either.
We want to make the most beautiful ones we can, get them to you guys. That one has a blue chrome stem, the only one I know in the whole entire gallery. That was an experimental stem that we did a few days ago, actually. It turned out amazing, and we might have to do more of those.
And what else was I going to say?
The last thing I'll say, because this is
Yeah.
my favorite one in the whole show tonight, 7A, this is bar color and cane. And I mean, that is just one of the coolest
That's one of the ones I
pumpkins.
featured on Facebook.
Totally.
I do want to say that, you know, it's nighttime here. We've got a spotlight on them, but on the website, you can scroll up and see each pumpkin. I want you to pay attention to the ruler that's in the image with you, because that ruler is going to tell you the scale of the pumpkin. So pay attention to that. Sometimes people think, oh, I thought it was bigger or smaller. We put a
Oh,
ruler
baby.
there to show you exactly what size it was.
So the other thing about these pumpkins, we have 4 of 7 styles prepped and shown today. Over the next 3 days or 3 weeks, we're going to highlight also our sugar pumpkin, and we're also going to highlight our lantern pumpkin, which is we put a lot of time and energy into this year. We know you guys were excited about. They're going to be specially highlighted for our pumpkin show, and we've made a whole separate batch of those for a whole show of its own, the lantern pumpkin. So stay tuned for that. October is going to be full of pumpkins, but tonight is our heavy hitters.
So check this out.
They're going to be sweet.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one is he going to go into? What's he feeling today?
I think I'm going for the 32 point.
The 32er with the Van Gogh.
Yep, Wild Van Gogh, just like the wild tuna ship, Wild Van Gogh.
Everyone knows about the wild ship.
That's what
yeah.
I was going to ask if you knew about it, but it sounds like Oliver knows.
Everybody.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Well, send us some comments, folks. Bess is watching them. There's 2 things in particular I want to know about as they pump this pumpkin up. The
There's
first
a pump?
one being, what do you think a beautiful name for those bar color pumpkins would be? Something about, you know, pureness and simplicity and classiness.
Did you ask Perplexity?
I did not ask the robot yet. I want to ask our amazing people. The other thing, once we get this one going a little bit more, that I want to ask about is we're going to be doing a cane pumpkin coming up, and we picked out 3 colors of cane, and we'd like to get your guys' vote.
Well, we should grab
what?
it now so they have time to vote.
Well, we're about to get to the major motion of expansion.
The pumpage?
Yes.
Where's the pump?
The expansion moment. You got it, or you want me?
I'm good.
Okay.
To my
Hello.
Loyalty League members, I know you guys mentioned you did not get a link to the
Slowly.
item for tonight's show. I just resent that out to you guys. So the
Slap.
beautiful pink bar pumpkin that was just made for Loyalty League members only is now available through
Blow.
the link I just emailed out to you guys.
That's a great point by Bess that we didn't even talk about making that first warmer upper piece, is that piece is available only to subscribing members.
All right.
Throughout the show, Bess will be putting out links as to how to become a subscribing member and all that other goodness.
It's also
What they got
listed
first
on our
selection.
website, our YouTube page.
A lot of first picks when you become a member.
First
Sure,
picks?
same
Oh.
size as the one you just did with Jake.
So we got purples, we got pinks, white. I know there's a lavender powder in there. There's golds.
And it's pretty much the perps.
That looks like our classic start of the large size of pumpkin, which is right around 6 inches.
So you want to tell them about the pumpkin show if they're local, what's happening this weekend?
If you guys are local, we're having a huge pumpkin show in-house as well. You can swing by the studio in Dearborn, Michigan. This is our counterpart show to highlight everything we do for this show as well and give it to the virtual people. I heard we had someone from Nebraska and someone from, where else were they,
The
Bess?
Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Nebraska was a bit tricky when we went. It was hard to get Wi-Fi that worked, like up north and stuff. So we appreciate everyone being here, taking the time to watch with us tonight.
We've got a super special giveaway for tonight's show, which we'll highlight a little bit later in the show. It's already made, and it's going to be a jumbo pump for the people.
So in case you missed it in the comments, I did put a couple links. I put a link on how to become a Loyalty League member. We do only open that up during certain times of the year. So if it's not open, you can still click on yes, I want to become Loyalty League, and you're going to get information about Loyalty League, but it may not be open right now. Star Supporter is open all the time, which is our lower level of membership. You guys can always join that whenever you'd like. I also put a link to Table A because Table A is now live, and then in 1 minute I will put a link to our regular table for the show. So we've got a lot going on, so just keep your eyes on those comments, and a lot of things will be coming down the pipeline.
Mom, do you know when the next opportunity to join the Loyalty League membership is? I don't believe...
Early November.
Early November?
Yes.
Okay, so that should be coming up after this month. Loyalty League is our top tier membership that we open up at various times throughout the year, which we can get that 100% info for next show for sure. But it's tier number 2 with a lot of bonus perks, first looks at products. But the Star Supporters is a great place to start. Join the Anila reveal, see the products when they cool down in their true color. Takes about 14 to 16 hours for these pieces to cool down completely.
And the reason we do this membership, we like to give you guys lots of values, but there's also a benefit for us that keeps us motivated to keep the Gathering Point show going. You can see we have lots of people here working in the studio, putting the show together for you. Keeps us focused on our game.
Looks
All
like
right,
a
this
nice
is the funnest
stem.
part. Squash.
This is the coolest part and the most difficult part, folks. If Oliver's game isn't on 100% in these moments, we just spent that good almost 20 minutes of a Van Gogh pumpkin overlapping with the last one, and he comes over with something raunchy. And then we got a bad situation. But here we have...
Did you say we have a
stem.
bad situation?
What's in there? Is that the lavender?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'll get it.
Looking good.
Someone asked what are our dates for our in-shop Pumpkin Fest. So we've actually got 2 weekends of it this year. We've got the 5th and 6th, which is this coming weekend. It'll be Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then we've got the following weekend, which I believe is the 12th and 13th. Don't quote me on that. But the next weekend, again, Saturday and Sunday from 11 to 4 as well on both days.
I'm going to go back over to the table while they prep for the next one. Did you have a question, Bess, that I didn't hear, or you got it?
Nope, I'm good. Somebody was asking what are our times and dates for our in studio Pumpkin Fest. So I was just kind of reviewing those. So there's a lot of background noise when I was happening. So.
Yeah. So on this table, this is our regular show table. I wanted to say that I bought this $3 pumpkin from Target. And it's super cute because these other pumpkins that we made look amazing around it. So you don't have to have all Glass Academy pumpkins. You can go out into your market and buy some real pumpkins and then place them by your Glass Academy pumpkins. They just look stunning. Because we do these fun curly stems, but maybe in nature it's like a stem like that. So these items are featured. This is one and done, we call it. If you see something you like here, these are unique and original. And we're not going to make any more in these color patterns. So those are called one and done. I'm going to do a quick run. There's Donna. She's heading out. Happy wedding, Donna. Her son is getting married this weekend.
Later, Donna.
All right, so we set these up in the studio privately because we didn't want everyone to be able to see these. The virtual pumpkin show happens before our actual pumpkin show in the studio. So again, Jake and the team really came together, pulling together different styles, techniques, colors, so they could feature them. And I'll tell you, you just saw a stem made and it looks super easy because they've been doing it for so long. And I'll tell you, in the beginning, there are mishaps and you lose your pumpkin. You can spend all that time, all that fancy color pattern, and if you mess up the stem, you mess up the pumpkin. Okay, let's see. That is table A. We will do table B after the next pumpkin. So I thought I'd come back to find them blowing glass.
Nope, we're not in a huge hurry. This is perfectly
I didn't
prepped.
say you were.
And we need to really take our time with this because we're moving at a fast pace already, because even 2 hours feels like a quick show, but we're going to slow it down a little bit and talk about what's coming up next. The cane pumpkin, folks. I feel confident in letting all the glassblowers know how we do this because of two things. One, it's super difficult to do. And number two, it's ridiculously inexpensive pumpkin. So we took 6 perfectly sized, equal twisted candy cane. Chris chopped them in half. He's gathering them tenderly. And he's going to line them up in the mold and preheat the heck out of these. And of doing a couple different shifts of these, we've really found a nice rhythm of how these go together. More than almost any product that I know of, the timing and the heat, the tool you're using, and the assistance you have all needs to come together at the exact culmination to make these happen.
You know, it was kind of weird. Something about that just made me think of a baking show. You know, like where they put the cupcakes in the oven and they have to be perfectly done, or they can't move to the frosting or
Totally.
the decorations. This is glass blowing. It's a little different.
The science.
I'll show you some more science that's going to happen later.
So we're going to do something with these as well, where we're going to encase this similar to the bar color style so it gets a really glassy, clear look on top of it. But I'm going to use frit for this because I have a wider variety of color that I know and I can trust. And this lavender is actually a very soft color that with enough coats will spread out and look very similar to bar color. But I feel it's going to complement this pink and white cane beautifully.
The purple Van Gogh pumpkin that was just made is now available in live. I'm putting that in the comments right now. I'm putting a lot of links in the comments.
I
today, you
know,
guys.
this is pretty good.
Can you guys keep up with all that?
We got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight.
In other news outside of pumpkin action,
Donna's son's getting married this weekend. We went to a wedding last weekend. We had 3 this summer. It must be the year to get married.
yeah, once you get that a little preheated, we'll go in with the hot one. You can kind of rub
Oliver
each
was-
cane with the flame and it'll do its business.
Oliver was just at a wedding last weekend. Beth just got married 2 weekends ago.
A little bit
And if you
hotter.
need a
little
wedding
more
gift,
oxygen.
get a pumpkin.
There we go. So these guys are going to get 2 types of torchage going.
As a reminder, I'm going to mention it to you guys because there is one up on the screen right now. We do have those special one and done pumpkins that are going to pop up on your screen. These are not pumpkins that are included on any other table. So these are just bonus purchase pumpkins. So if you like the pumpkin you see in the picture on the screen, for instance, this one says comment cart 102 to purchase it. So you'll put cart 102 in the comments.
If they're starting to bend.
You will get messaged a link on how to finish your invoice. So just an example, I figured I'd mention it because it's up on the screen right now.
So this is our 4th pumpkin show, folks. We've been streaming live for 4 years now. It'd be really cool to know who's been here for all 4, or even if everyone just put in the chat how many annual pumpkin shows they've seen or been to here in-house.
All right, I have to chip in with that. If you're local, this is show number 16.
That's right.
I know other studios are at year 5 or 6. We're at year 16. We are the OGs of Pumpkin Show. Ooh, that's a white hot flame now, isn't it? There is another technique. There's a couple different techniques for getting the cane. You can pick it up on the Pastorelli. There are a couple different ways to do this.
Would you shut that one off, Oliver, so I can hear what's going on? Sweet.
That fluffer torch is loud, and now it's quiet and dainty.
It is kind of ironic that we stream as much as we do at the Glass Academy, being that we're in a 2,000 degree studio and every tool we use has some sort of loud noise with it. So we're kind of battling against the elements, one might say.
We'll have to do another.
Bad audio.
Yeah.
We'll have to do another ASMR. So as these canes soften, they're kind of rounding out a little bit in the mold. That's how Chris knows they're going to be nice and hot. Really important that Jake is at the proper temperature and sets it up right. It's the worst when you go in crooked and the canes fall and collapse on themselves.
They're also you heat up, you go away, and then
Really?
It's pretty interesting because I wish you could all clap. So get ready to throw some emojis in the chat. If this goes successful,
Would you slide that over a little for me?
I want to see a ton of thumbs up.
You see how it's taken 3 of us to make this happen in the preparation for this pumpkin. It's really exciting for me. I've always mentioned how having the team work together and having a completion of something that you actually planned for all culminate with the team is a pretty satisfying, rewarding thing. I'm going in there, Mom.
Are you going in here now?
This is the one.
All right. Take this guy
I'm going to
away.
steady hand it right to the bottom of the mold.
All right, shoot those emojis. Make Facebook go crazy. It was a success.
Bam. Yeah.
No, he can't stand around for the camera, so I'll do the best I can wheeling in here.
The Perps Van Gogh is sold. The members only pumpkin is sold, just to give you guys an update.
Thank you, Bess. That's what we like to hear. Say it at the Ren Fair all the time and on the show. It's so much cooler knowing that people saw the piece they bought being made and they know the story of it.
heck yeah.
It's pretty baller.
The coolest thing about these shows too, on both platforms, I think, right, Michelle? Facebook and YouTube. You can go back 3 months from now or next harvest season and pull that show up and look at the piece you bought this year that
Hello?
was made and show your friends when they come over for the holiday.
Stop.
That's a little tasty treat you're getting on the end right there. Should we try to
Big
save that
nose.
or eh? Oh, almost made it in the pumpkin.
Should have aimed for it.
If you like what you're seeing, it's really easy to do this. All you have to do is ring the bell. It's like my favorite toy in the glass shop.
So look at the geometricness of this beautifulness. It's so sweet.
Oh, yeah. This is just really incredible. Really just amazing. Blow.
So to keep those on the ridges and keep them straight isn't easy. And he's
Stop.
got this thing looking pretty sweet. And it's what? What were the colors of those canes? Purplish pink?
Yeah, this is my favorite candy cane I think we've ever done. It's like a ribboned pink with white underneath it. So it's kind of like, you might call it a power pink.
So are you going to do a stem that's got pink in the core or white in the core with pink over the outside?
Blow.
I love it when we put a core
Stop.
of color inside the stem that matches the pumpkin itself, because it looks like that's where all the energy came from the plant and went in the core of the stem and made it grow.
Absolutely. And I
Right out
might
of
just
the
have to
patch.
get rowdy with it right now.
What does that mean?
I'm gonna throw it down.
You're going.
I know, I'm like,
You're gonna
what?
make it a squasher.
I'm throwing it down,
This
folks.
is a Glass Academy signature right here. Watch the squasher move, you guys. You cap it, you put it on there, and then you give it a nice puff.
The magic dragon.
Yeah. Now that is straight out of the pumpkin patch.
Wow. And notice how, as hard as I possibly could, I caught to the very edge of those canes, because if you do the math, we use 6 cane, and we sell the cane for typically over $20. So if we're talking about 20 times 6, it's $120 in candy cane value that was just added to that pumpkin. So if I don't extend the use of those and I get a half-size pumpkin, then it's really not.
So what are you saying? You're like doing the math like a business owner? You're not just giving away your products for free?
There's not a product out there that the math hasn't been done on.
But we do give away products for free.
Ah,
We got a big
speaking of
one.
which-
Speaking of the free stuff, we do a giveaway every show. We're going to be giving away 2 pieces tonight.
I'll go.
Something mid-show, and then something at the end that we make that you see live. And all you have to do is answer this question, you guys, and send it to enews@glassacademy.com.
Yeah.
I love it. The question was, what part of the glass blowing process are you most curious about? enews@glassacademy.com. So now Oliver's gathering up the stem, which is the most unique part of the pumpkin. Every pumpkin we make, we use no blow molds, we use no stem molds. Everything is offhand glass blowing, guys. That means that it's one of a kind. Every piece has an artistic touch. And Jacob's putting that thing on, and Oliver's rolling it around the top. It's going to be amazing.
Jake, it's dented.
I just counted the amount of times I've restarted a sweat within my body today, and this is the 4th time. This
Really?
is the 4th sweat situation that we've gone through. It's pumpkin season, folks. I think the 5th one might be in the moment that we're putting this stem on, because putting stems on and working with gravity in this squasher sideways angle is a very difficult move to do.
Hey, Beth, that's so cool. Large ribbed orange pumpkin. Comment 103 to buy. That's so cool. There's like all these tech things. You know, we're glass artists and we're creatives and doing all this stuff. We have some great tech people that show us the new options
dropping?
for the website and for the live shows.
All right, here we go, folks.
All right, so here is the finale of this individual pumpkin, you guys. Watch this. It is a beauty.
Look at that. The texture on it's beautiful.
Those are some cold things.
Real cold.
So the reason I say they're cold, there's a potential, if you don't heat your tools, that you could crack the glass. So spinning it around. These guys have been doing these stems. They're not messing
Nice.
around. They know just what they're doing.
Just do it.
It's a little difficult putting these stems on the ones that are squashers, folks, the ones that come fresh out of the patch, because they're not sitting symmetrical. Look at that. That is like a 1950s bun right on somebody's hairdo. Look how gorgeous. A big old knot of curliness.
So I will say this. If you go, yes, there are imported pumpkins around now. They're all the same.
You see that?
And they're totally fine, but what they don't have time and energy to do is this attention to detail on the stems.
That's a nice one.
Those are one of the coolest things we do with our pumpkins. Is really
Boy, that's
take
a one of a
time.
kinder. I'll stick
Front
it in
left.
there for you, Ollie.
Final spot.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's talk about some giveaways. So if you send your answer to that question, you'll be entered in tonight's giveaway. But here's last week's giveaway. Our signature pumpkin and an acorn. And then you want to talk about the big guy?
Yes, two things. I mean, that was an incredible pumpkin. We'll get that one online in a second. But this is our super jumbo, out of control, specialty, advanced giveaway item for today, folks.
Because it's the virtual show. Jake went all out.
We have last week's giveaway that we're going to be giving away from last week's show that was made on the show. Tonight we're opting to not make a piece on the show. But anyone who's new, hasn't seen us before, will understand that this piece is tonight's giveaway, which you have to sign up and enter to win, and it'll be given away next week. But because it's our annual pumpkin show, because we signed up all of our specialty pumpkins here, extending the length of our show into the holiday season, we wanted to give away something spectacular.
Yeah, so we're back to our 2-hour shows tonight.
So you're basically saying that everybody who signs up tonight will be entered to win that. We'll draw it and we'll announce their name on next week's show when we're featuring another amazing, unique pumpkin style.
That's exactly right. Couldn't
I
have said
love
it better
it.
myself.
All
That
right.
was perfect.
Well, if we don't say it was me talking, people might think it was you.
Yeah, we weren't even in the camera.
Jake did say that, you guys.
Okay,
A
I'm going to
quick
go to
pan
the
across
table.
this real quick, though, just so people
Alright.
can get a vote in between what they want to see for the second cane done, our last year's signature purple and white twister, or the recycled blue with white on the outside, which will show you guys the stitching over there turns out ridiculously
And while you guys
well.
are deciding on the next pumpkin, I'm going to go to table B. Okay, so we did table A. We're going to do table B and show you what we got. These have the sparkle glass. The spotlight we have shows it off pretty well. There's like a nice purple. This one is like a burgundy. And then another burgundy. I like them. They're like birthmarks. And they just flow so easily along the piece.
Pumpkin delivery, number
I was wondering
1B
where that
coming
went.
in.
I was like, how are we missing one?
We're going to do that Dichro one. I saw you pointing that out.
Sparkle?
These Dichro pieces, the sparkle glass is going to be coming out up next.
This guy looks like Freckles,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool. And I love the two-tone on the stem. That is so unique and original.
Our stem colors have completely been blown up this year in a great way. This is one that typically I've never tried myself.
Whoa, look at that.
Isn't
You
that
guys,
amazing?
That's amazing.
And we started curling them in a different direction as well. So we actually have 5 different styles of stem that we intentionally put onto each pumpkin.
All right, we're going to move the spotlight. So table A is up. Table B is going to be released next. And these are all the ones for table B. These will remain up for the week. So if you're on the fence today and you're like, man, I'm not sure, I want to watch the rest of the show before I make a decision, these pumpkins will be up for the rest of the week. That's like a coffee color stem. And then the final one with the copper. Awesome. All right, that's table B. And here they are, ready to go on the next pumpkin.
I was just tallying up your votes, and I see it's for the recycled blue, and I'll show you guys why that's so amazing as Chris goes for his gather. Guess I'll show you on the next one. I've got the camera now. I've got the control. And what's this? Oh. Has anybody ever lifted a 50-pound dumbbell, barbell? Or swirled it around like that? Oliver, what's your strongest weight with the barbell?
It's like a good 25 pounds,
25 pounds, folks.
maybe 26 and a half.
If you guys can outlift Oliver, the champion,
Get in the comments.
put it in the comments. Here he comes, Chris Nordine, with a nice, pretty good size gather for having the glass so darn low in the tank. Oh my goodness. Is your microphone on? Did they hear that, or shall I repeat it?
Can you describe too why the tank is low? Like, what does that mean?
When I say the tank's low, it means that we have brand new furnaces, folks, and we are just falling in love with them. We're just tickled every day we come into work, and we're just like, wow, this is the best thing ever. There's one of them that's at about 600 degrees. We're slowly bringing it up to temperature. But they're twice as big as our last ones. That means there's 200 pounds of glass in each furnace, and we need to, as we ramp up production volumes into the busy season here, we really need to think about and plan for filling up the tank when it gets low in glass. We run through glass, we usually fill it up, once or twice a week. Depends on what's being made, how the production's going, products, people, employees, timing, all that goodness. In this particular case, we had our final weekend of the Renaissance Festival, and we had taught classes both Saturday and Sunday. So we've been busy as heck. But in that, there was a lapse in understanding that the furnace was a little bit low. And then we came in today for our Power Tuesday, not Taco Tuesday, but Power Tuesday. And we blew pumpkins all day. And believe it or not, pumpkins, some are thicker, some are lighter, but they do take a lot of glass. There's a lot of glass left on the pipe. There's a lot of glass in creating a stem, whether it's 3 loops or 5 loops. Typically, you use the same amount of glass so that it flows in the same way. So we were running through a lot of glass, and we're getting lower and lower in there, and this being the end of the day is where we're at. And all we got to do for the rest of the night is watch the vice president's debate and fill up the furnace.
I was going to mention something about the size of the tanks. I think it's pretty important for even other glass blowers out there who might be watching the show.
Yeah.
That a 200-pound tank to a lot of glass blowers doesn't seem like a really big tank.
Yeah.
But that's because when people have a 500-pound tank, they charge their furnace once a week.
Right.
And they dig out 50 pounds, 40 pounds of glass a day, and that's it. And they let it sit, and then they wait another day, and the glass gets a little stiffer and a little more yellow and isn't really flowing as nice. And then they keep doing that. You're really supposed to have a furnace that you dig most of the glass out and then you charge it fresh for the next day. And
Right.
that's why we went with 200-pound tanks, so that we can dig that glass out almost every day and refill it with fresh glass and have creamy, beautiful glass every day.
And that cycle, in my mind, is even more important once we get our second tank up and running and we've got our recycled glass being produced, because the depth of the tank of the recycled melt that you've melted in here, or clear, but it correlates directly to the density of recycled blue glass. The lower you get in there, the darker the glass gets. So that's even more incentive to use all the glass from the tank and melt in a fresh batch all in one melting cycle. Chris went for a double dunk. That is some hot molten goo. He's turning it effortlessly smooth, but if you were to stop turning that right now, the whole thing would sag 50% down, and you would lose your initial, elegance. And
So we're going to
bubble.
pick up some sparkle glass now, guys.
Oh.
Come on over. What?
Chris, I just said, okay, Mr. Rogers, come over to my house. Let me show you.
Oh, yeah.
So we had someone ask a question.
Oliver, can you put that one piece back on there?
Some kind of question from the people, Bess?
Yes.
I love that.
You might not be able to answer this immediately right now, but I'm putting it out there.
Thank you.
Ronija says, what does glass look like before it goes in the oven?
Aha. Oh, I have the sample. I took it to the news show, but I can
Who
show you
asked
one
that
sample.
amazing question?
Ronija.
Ronija,
Ronija.
you're a champion. Michelle's going to take over that question as I focus on the glass here for a second. As soon as we get a lull in this hot molten action, we'll answer that question.
Put it where it belongs.
Are your fingers getting warm, Chris?
I gotta get in on this low tank conversation we were having earlier.
Give it to
I
me.
think that some people are a little scared of the low tank. When you go at that high angle, the pipes get hot, your hands get a little bit warmer, maybe your fingertips sizzle.
The sizzler.
And not everyone's cut out to be a tank yanker.
That's a fact.
Not everyone has it in them. So the fact that our whole team here came in and we yanked tank all day long, pretty powerful team we got going on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
incredible work.
So we got some sparkle glass on the surface, guys, and it's looking pretty tasty. I'm telling you, I'm just melting it into the surface so that it's perfectly smooth. And it's going to be on top of that gorgeous, like almost like a
Okay, great.
beautiful opaque blue. I'd say it might even look a little bit like pigeon.
Like a pigeon blue? No.
I swears.
Now our pigeons blue,
Yeah, they are.
Are pigeons real?
for those drawing,
What is a pigeon?
This is the same color as the cane pumpkin that I told you folks over there was my favorite pumpkin in the whole gallery. So this is a color that we've just kind of curated by pulling out so many different colors through pumpkin season that we had to try something fresh and new. And it really does look pretty outstanding.
Too kind to say it, so I'm going to say it.
Say it.
Last night when I was setting up the show, I was looking at some of the pumpkins and they were absolutely beautiful. So I went on Facebook and I posted one or two because I'm always interested. Do they like the blue? Do they like the orange? To see what they resonate with. The blue won by far, but instantly, as soon as I posted it, my friend Valerie's like, "Hey, Michelle, did you just post that or did someone else post it?" And I was like, "I did. Why?" And she's like, "Because your spelling is really bad. Like, fix it." So I fixed it. But meanwhile, there I was making a Canva graphic. And, you know, I got all the letters right. They're just in the wrong order.
All it is the Vituro Pumpkin Show, folks. You know.
Sometimes you just got to roll with it. Come on now. Like I said, all the letters are right. They're just not in the right order. It's all good.
Look at the way that color popped instantly because it came out of the mold and that exterior was chilled so vividly, or, you know, whatever the word is.
Vivid.
All right,
By that
so
aluminum action. Look at that display.
after this one, we're going to do table C, and then we'll make that live. I'm going to pass off the mic
Okay.
to Oliver. So
Yes.
after this pumpkin, Oliver's going to come with me, and we're going to go to the table and look at section C, and he's going to tell you why.
I just saw him tapping his feet for a second,
he
getting really
likes
excited.
I know.
I got thoughts about
Oliver's got things to say, folks.
I know he does, so that's why we're going to switch up. We only have 4 mics.
Hello, Ollie.
Triple team blaster here, folks.
So Oliver's blowing, Jake's spinning,
Stop.
Bess is choking.
Really choking. I don't know why.
You okay, Bess?
I'm great. I am
Blow.
drinking some water. I made sure I turned off
With
my
some
mic when I
vigor
was
now.
choking.
All right, the sparkle glass is this really cool metallic surface.
Oh, look at the
Kinda
way
looks
that's
like
glowing, the
continents.
color. Oh my God.
That's a beauty.
Everyone's throwing tools around. It's a giant beach ball.
Beautiful.
How to flatten it up? Well, you hold it upside down.
The glow is leaving this pumpkin in front of our eyes, folks.
Where's it going?
It's disappearing into the ether, but this is actually right at about that 1200 degree temperature where the colors start to change. As much as Oliver's excited about the microphone, I'm excited to bring this
You
stem.
guys are hilarious.
Let's get the bit. I always like to put the bit on while the neck is still hot and the bottom's hot so you can really control the squash mechanism. Flip. We got it on Mega Blast.
Here we're gonna
Oliver.
go pigeon blue core, iris on the outside.
That is the case. Iridescent gold, a little shimmer, not too much. You want to see that deep core that, just like Chris mentioned on the last one, is going to reflect the color that he's got going on in that pumpkin. Coming out right now.
This is probably the most sparkle glass we put on a pumpkin all year.
Yeah, this stuff's about
I
as expensive as the
really
cane.
went for like 2 to 3 pumpkins worth of sparkle glass on this one.
Take a
Pump
look at the
show.
neck on this piece, how it's pushed up in there. Isn't that a sweet kind of a accent to the pumpkin? It's got that natural, busted-in, bursting look.
Now, veterans, you already know this, but for anyone new, that pumpkin looks green in color at the body, and that's not the true color that it is. It is just so hot. I can grab the sample here. I'm going to come on Michelle's right.
All right.
This is kind of what that color is going to return back to. It's hard that that brightness is coming in a little bit, but it's a very moody color. I like it a lot.
I'm coming.
Mary wants to know if Matt is still in the basement. We let him come up this afternoon to help make pumpkins, but yes, he is still in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
Boom.
Let's give it some Goldilocks.
Just keep it coming, Jake.
Push, Jake. That's the Goldilocks, folks.
Oh, yeah.
Then you just-
Are you serious?
Yeah, it was interesting, you guys. Michelle just mentioned about how we learned how to make these curls. We learned to make these curls back in the early 90s when Lino Tagliapietro was over here from Italy, special guest star from the island of Murano for the very first time, and he was showing everybody who was in the class, about 6 people, an amazing technique of wrapping them. And I'm telling you, there wasn't very many people doing this stuff back then.
Not too
is
much
a
gold.
beaut.
Just the right amount of gold.
Woo-wee.
Can you get that one-hander? You got the two-hander going.
I can get it one-handed.
I thought you said you could lift 25 pounds on the barbell.
This is a 24-pound pumpkin.
Ah. Michelle is taking you over to the subscribe bell. That's also the put an emoji in the chat bell, folks. That's another pumpkin in the box and an absurdly off-colored, beautiful one. Shall we just show them the color in real time? Do we need to go over the table again?
We're
Oh, I see the
traveling.
lights are turning on and off. Coming this way.
This is section C we're looking at right now.
It does seem so.
Oh, I already know my favorite.
The pinks and the purples. Mmm.
That took no effort at all to
It's
find.
not 7C, is it?
No, not 7C, but we're in the same ballpark. 7C your favorite?
Yeah, on this table, that's my favorite.
I'm an 11C guy.
Oh, the bar color special.
That's the same bar color we used on the members piece today, right?
The one you're pointing at? Yes.
11C.
That one's a little more dense. Other one was a little more transparent.
That's so
I
nice.
love 12C.
I like that color a lot. The iridescent spots on that one came out very cool. It's kind of nice having these lights back here like this. Show off those spots in there real close. Bring it in nice and close. I like that one a lot because it looks like there's so much action going on there, but it's just a little bit of transparency in between the opaque. Plus the sparkle glass on there gives it so much. The Frankie. That's a Chris and I special. Haven't made too many Frankies this year. And then, of course, we have this wonderful cane here that we used on the first cane pumpkin for the live show.
So we
The
may
clear
run back
encased.
through the styles here and make one more of each one in a second. But I do want to point out, which I think I already did, but again, you guys voted on the recycle blue cane. And this is something, I posted this on my personal Instagram, which has a lot of glassblowers following me. There's a lot of glassblowers all interconnected in the glassblowing community. And when I posted this on there, I had probably like 10 or 15 people comment on this video because they were blown away by this technique. Not only are cane pumpkins something that I think it's hard stretch to find a shop that makes these type of pumpkins. There's nothing easy about them. This particular cane has white on the outside, and when you put this on here, the white is so soft when it blows out that it detaches from the cane and threads itself. It looks like
stitching.
It looks like stitching. It looks like blue cane was laid down and a sewing machine came back and forth and hit it with the white cane.
And that's what happened. We have a hot glass sewing machine.
Exactly.
Just for running through white stringers.
Yep. And we use it frequently.
All the time.
But that's just one of the coolest ones. Michelle was talking me into putting that one in the safe and holding on to it, but I know we've got more that we're going to make, and it'd be an honor.
Just encourage us to make more of that cane and more of those pumpkins.
Yes. And that's that blue that was a part of that last piece. Not the cane, the core blue.
Core blue. I really like that blue a lot. It's so moody. Like,
nicest one.
I think that's a blue that like could really stand up against someone who has like a lot of orange as their harvesting. Like a lot of those warm tones for fall season.
100%.
A blue like that can stand alongside them and look pretty normal.
100%. So we're going to pick up another chunk of bar color, and we're going to do another bar color application after we get ourselves a quick snack here in the shop. Bess, you got any comments for the people on our way by? Or are you in the middle of something?
Bess?
I'm typing a lot. I was going to say that the cane pumpkin was available, but it sold the whole entire time you guys were over there. I got it posted and it sold.
That blue one or the one that was made?
The
The
one
pink
that was
one?
made.
Okay.
The sparkle glass one we'll get up in a second here once I get caught up with Jake. Did you show off what glass looks like before it goes into the furnace?
I did not.
Okay, let's do that.
Let's do that.
I can talk about that.
Okay, yeah, take it away. Or
what does this...
Before you get into that,
Go ahead and start that.
or before you better not, I don't know.
Let me just real quick right now.
Yeah, why don't you?
All right, we're just gonna look. You guys look in the background there, what Chris and Michelle and Jake are all doing. And then real quick here in the foreground, let me introduce you to what glass looks like before it's melted down. And it's just these little, they look like ice cubes or pillows, and this is raw glass. And that's how we get it. It comes in a 55-pound bag. And we melt that all down when we throw it in. It just pops and explodes to a billion pieces before it melts down because it gets thermally shocked. And now we're just gonna roast some pumpkin seeds. See if we can't get something to snack on here today. A little bit of salt on there, yep. And if this doesn't work, we can always hit it with the fluffer.
We could.
A little extra power on there for the fluffer, Jake.
You guys were with us last week on the show. We tried the creme brulee
We did.
pumpkin pie, and we were fairly successful in that. So we thought, let's break out some pumpkin seeds and see what we can make happen.
Starting to smell kind of good.
Yeah, I can actually smell it. I'm seeing one like right here. I'm gonna try and sneak in and just like grab that one.
Maybe we can just put a little bit more heat on it.
That one was actually cooked pretty darn well.
This one, maybe?
Don't ruin them.
Oh, goodness, I won't ruin them.
Just lightly get them.
Yeah.
Need some salt here, salt lady. The ruler mixer,
Oh, that's good.
One ruler to mix them all.
1 inch worth.
Not too much. They were burning.
We're looking pretty juicy right
Would
now.
you guys be interested in a show where we solely cooked food for us to eat on the show? Or is it a requirement that we actually make glass product for these live streams?
I kind of think it shouldn't be a requirement. I think that as long as we're using the glass to do something.
I would love to have an episode where it is just a cooking contest, but we only have the hot shop to use as tools.
Absolutely. I mean, we could completely make a salmon fillet, cook up a steak, and throw some chimichurri on top of all of it.
Black rock, but black glass, hot glass.
Yes.
The Great British Baking Show, but the Great Academy Baking Show.
Folks, put it in the comments on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being I need you to do this as soon as possible, how interested you would be in a show like that.
Who do you think could make the best meal in the hot shop?
What?
Although Chris is a pretty good cook.
Yeah. Let's go.
I'll give him runner-up.
Let's have a competition, and then we'll have to invite like
judges.
3 judges to taste each meal, and then you could be chopped with a glass hatchet.
With a glass hatchet.
Something.
Sounds pretty fun.
Gotta find 3 people brave enough.
We could have a studio audience, and we could have 3 judges, local chefs. Sounds pretty good, guys.
All right. Would someone like to present some of this white to me?
I can present that as soon as I drop this off. As soon as I drop
can drop that off.
We did cover it.
How do they taste, Mom?
They taste super good. We'll take a quick moment here to talk about the signature colors that we got going on. We're using this beautiful orange on everything. And then we're adding in these copper flake. We call it the tureen. But you can see those amazing sparkles on there. And this has been a real interesting learning curve for us this year, is learning how to use that tureen. If you heat it up for too long, it loves to burn out. So the blown pumpkins we have down pretty well, but figuring out how that looks in a solid pumpkin has been very interesting, and we've been enjoying that process a lot. Finally got that nailed. And then just for the heck of it, last week's giveaway, doing the acorn. So now I'm in the place where I'm excited to see where else we can use the tureen. We've been using that a lot more in one-of-a-kind, one-off products for things like our happy hour event. So I'm excited to see what the future holds for the rest of the year with tureen.
Have we mentioned the Give Back organization? We'll let Bess lay down all the facts on that one, but we always do a give back, a matching proceed, profit, super give back for our signature pumpkins every year. And this is a really cool one about childcare this year.
Very cool. We're going to announce it during housekeeping, which we'll probably do after this pumpkin.
Beautiful. So this one's going to be the Cinderella pumpkin, and I don't think we have a single one just like this out there, and it might even become a Cinderella stumper. Cinderella is white and gold, super elegant, classy, beautiful, and that's why we're going to do a bar color white with this one. I've been heating up this white since you guys started roasting all that action over there.
I haven't even had one since they were done. So, Jake, I'm not over this cooking show idea yet. We're going to come back to this now.
Yeah.
I've got the name already, but someone in the comments wanted to know if they could potentially vote on what food we have to cook. So you don't get to make, like, your ace in the hole hot shot meal, Jake, that we know you have a good mean jambalaya ready to go. But now you have to make pancakes or something.
That's a great idea. Giveaway question or something, or somehow, like, someone gets chosen to be the one.
Yep, like flowers,
Obi-Wan.
flourless chocolate cupcakes.
That would be rowdy.
Just at the garage at $3.50.
Yeah, there's got to be a stipulation that you can't just put something in the oven. You have to use the molten magma.
Yeah, I think it's got to be right out of the glassblower's creative mind.
Yeah.
We're gonna watch Chris bring the panini press into the hot shop to have it be legal.
I've cooked some stir fry before. Let's see. Steaks before.
I make
ribs,
a
chicken.
mean stir fry.
Yeah.
The sparkle glass pumpkin that was just made is available for purchase. I did put the link in the comments on both FB and YT. So good luck to Fast Fingers there.
A lot of people love the stumper pumpkin, folks. That's the actual straight out of the harvest stump of a pumpkin stem. But this is one. What? Yeah, the curls are the vines.
Were
exactly.
we talking stumper?
But since this is a Cinderella pumpkin and you guys are watching the show and we have the time, I'd love to see if the people would prefer either a 6 curler, a 3 curler, or a stumper. Yeah. So I'm gonna get this shaped up just right. I had a hard time getting the white all the way down onto the moil.
Why was that?
That was because the timing was a little bit off. That was kind of the show rhythm and just the not 100% focused on it. I got it where it needed to be, but it was because I was preheating the white, and then by the time it was ready to go, I passed it
You
off.
weren't quite
Candle
ready
smell.
to.
My bubble didn't get cold enough, so I was pushing the bubble instead of just pushing the color.
You know when your pumpkin, your jack-o'-lantern is sitting on the front porch for like 2 weeks, but the night of Halloween you're cooking the candle in there and it's just cooking and burning and cooking, and all of a sudden you start smelling that amazing smell of the lid of your jack-o'-lantern burning from the candle? That's what this smells like right now, and it totally reminds me of Halloween.
Plug it in, folks. Your new patented smell-o-vision controller.
Smell-o-vision, yep. Turn it in. We'll put it right in the camera for you. It smells good.
So, question someone asked a little bit earlier. You guys were showing off a table when it happened. Someone said, have you guys ever thought about making a pumpkin where the opening is at the bottom and you could put lights in it?
No. No, we haven't.
What?
You just, whoever said that, you just keep quiet over there and you give it a week. You come back next week.
Next week is going to be our lantern show, folks. It's not going to be a full run of a million different styles. It's going to be the lantern selection we've been curating for the last 4 months.
So someone say yes, we have to.
Yes, there's going to be a bunch available for purchase next week, and I got to say, they're even better, more established, and out of control than last year.
Let's ask this one here, Jake.
What's that?
Have you ever made a squasher lantern?
I think we have done 1 or 2, but it was very difficult to get it like a symmetrical, beautiful looking opening.
I think a steam stick would work, like a cone. Remember the steam sticks? Back in the day?
No, I don't remember that.
That was before your time.
So I've been running a poll on Facebook. It's still open for you guys to vote in as far as what type of stem. Jake's options were a 6 curler, a 3 curler, and a stumper. Right now, we've got 11 votes for a 6 curler, 4 votes for a 3 curler, 1 for a stumper. Over on the YT side, we've got 2 votes for a 6 curler. So that is winning right now, which makes sense. You think Cinderella pumpkin, lots of curls, very pretty, elegant.
Elegante.
A 6 curler is pretty much called the Goldilocks, because she used to have some long curls.
Blow. Stop.
We've also had a lot of talk about different types of food we should make on the show with glass. Somebody said a calzone challenge.
Yeah.
Calzone challenge would be fun.
So now you're starting to see that gold, the amber gold on the ridges starting to strike. And to strike means that when it was above about like 15 or 1600, you couldn't see any of that
White
color.
core.
But now that it's dropping down to a cooler temperature around 13 or 1400, you're starting to get that iridescence and that really beautiful, distinctive color on the lines of this Cinderella pumpkin.
And I love the contrast of the powder on the ribs versus the super powerful bar color in the core. It's a really,
Didn't we make a Cinderella pumpkin with a chariot wheels and everything on it one year?
Yes, we did.
Someone just asked about that in the comments.
Yeah, we did that one year, and it was insane.
21, where we had all the volunteers here. We had COVID years, we were
John says, what if you tried to lay out some sparkle glass like a jack-o'-lantern face and try to pick it up in that pattern? It's an
Sparkle
interesting
glass
concept.
is going a long way. That's kind of the same as when people ask if they can put frit patterns down for our classes and then make their mushroom cap or whatever it may be. In theory, it sounds really good, but when we blow out and expand the piece so much, there's a lot of room for things to shift, and then it's a lot of room for just expansion of the material that kind of makes it come out derpy from time to time.
But John, we did quite a few times after the pumpkin was blowing on the pipe, we took a black bit and put it down where the triangular eyes would be, and then we took the tweezers and we opened them up and made them into triangles, and there was a black rim around the nose and the triangle eyes. It was pretty cool. Then we did a mouth with some fangs.
We might have to do something like that pretty soon.
All right, it's go time.
Yeah, it's encroaching. It's definitely encroaching a little bit, the tree.
Oh, yeah.
Counting out 6. 3,
4, 5,
5,
6.
6. This is my favorite new style of stem. I think it looks the most elegant.
Oh, I know that style.
Whoa there. There's a hole in that table.
Yeah.
We did have one more conceptual question. Pammy says, would you be able to do a crackle finish on a pumpkin with sparkle glass, or would the surface, would it adversely affect the surface?
Who asked that?
Pammy.
Right. Pammy. I don't know. What do you think, Dad? If we used sparkle glass and crackled the pumpkin, have you ever done that to the sparkle glass?
To the die crow. We could.
Should we try it?
Yeah. Put some
How's
out.
our sparkle supply? We can make another one. I can grab that real quick. I had a question for you, though, firstly, because Chris reminded me of it here. I wanted to ask you.
Step into the camera zone?
Yeah, I'll step into the camera zone. Here,
Okay.
hey, everybody. I'm on
There he
camera.
is.
Have you ever made a bar color Van Gogh sparkle glass Shug's pumpkin before? You ever just done it all?
Squash or two?
Why not?
Did it have a stumper on it?
Coulda. You ever make something like that, Jake?
No.
You ever just done them all at once?
But maybe we should do something like that.
Maybe that'll be like the third and final pumpkin show.
Okay, let me think about that for a second.
Just do them all at once.
Okay.
While you guys are brainstorming, I'm going to do a little bit of housekeeping.
Sounds great.
Great.
Perfect.
All right. Hello,
Grab-
everybody. My mic is on. We're good to go. So I've got 3 things to give away tonight. I have got our last Renfest class winner. I've got our giveaway from last week, which is a signature acorn. And then I've also got our September $100 gift certificate because it is October 1st today. Lots of things going on. As a reminder, too, before I give away everything, our live in-studio pumpkin show is starting next weekend. This coming weekend, which is the 5th and 6th. That is going to be on Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. here in studio in Dearborn, Michigan. So if you are local or if you're traveling in, I know a couple of you said you'd be coming by in a few weeks, that is where we'll be. So this weekend and next weekend, it's going to be a really fun time. We've got a lot of beautiful, beautiful products to show you guys, and that'll be available for purchase. For our last Renfest class winner, congratulations to Mia. Mia, if you are watching, you're going to get an email on how to redeem your class for 2 here at the Glass Academy, so congratulations. We also, I'm not announcing the winner for it this week. I should have that chosen by next week. But we also ran a photo contest for Royal Glassmakers and Glass Academy through the Renfest season. And so the way that the photo contest worked was you guys could, if you went out to visit us at Renfest, submit photos to us of our booth or of our products out there or of our glass blowers in action. And every photo you submitted was an entry, which was super amazing. So we did get a ton of entries there. I am going through everything. I'm kind of logging everything. I'm going to put all the names in the wheel and be able to spin it. So next week I will have the winner's name for you guys as well. They'll be contacted through Facebook, which is how we ran the contest, and then we're also going to announce their name on the show next week. For our September...
Don't mind me, Bess. Just do your thing. Do your thing.
For our September $100 gift certificate, our winner for that is Nicole. So congratulations to Nicole. You're going to get an email from Donna to the email you provided us on how to redeem your $100 gift card. So congratulations. You guys know, or if you don't, that you guys can enter to win that monthly through the question in our e-news. So if you don't already subscribe to our e-news, definitely subscribe to our e-news. Our next giveaway is our beautiful acorn from last week. Oliver, could you grab that acorn real quick for us? So our beautiful, beautiful, one-of-a-kind 2024 signature acorn. We've only got one of these, and that's right here, and that's a giveaway piece for you guys. So it does get shipped out, or if you are local, you can pick it up with the stand. So super exciting. Our question for last week, I will read it to you guys. Got a lot of papers here. Hold on.
Just flip through them, Bess. It's only a novel.
If glass could talk, what do you think it would say when it's being blown? A lot of fun answers. Yeah. Jake, would you like to read the winner's answer without the name?
They might know who it is when they hear it.
That's okay.
It would scream because it is so hot.
Wow.
There were some amazing answers.
Congratulations to Lisa. So, Lisa, you're going to get an email on how to either get your pumpkin shipped or come by to pick it up. So keep an eye out on your email from Donna. One more piece of housekeeping for you guys. So you guys know that whenever we do a signature item, whether that's our pumpkins or our ornaments, we choose a fantastic charity or foundation in order to give some of the proceeds to. So Jake's going to go ahead and announce that. If you could talk a little bit about them, Jake.
Yes, it's a championship organization that Michelle actually found through a friend of hers, but this is for families that are having a newborn child with autism. And this family that started it, it's my understanding that they started this organization because they basically had the child and the hospital was like, there you go, good luck out there. And they didn't really know where to start or have any resources to know who to talk to, how to get help, how to get advice, and any of that. So this organization is for celebrating the gift of Down syndrome. That's the headline on their website. That's risingkites.org.
So the foundation is called Rising Kites. Their website is risingkites.org. So a portion of our proceeds from the signature pumpkin this year is going to go towards them. I will be putting their link in the comments as well so you guys can see their story. But like Jake mentioned, it's an amazing story. It's very personal to them because their daughter was born in 2020 with Down syndrome, and so that's when they launched, and it's an amazing organization.
Yeah, so that's for 16 years now. Our signature pumpkin every year has a donation portion to it. And we're working on, in the future, we'd like to have a web page that will document all those organizations and what's went down with all of them. Down syndrome, if you will. But this is this year's one, folks, and we're really excited about giving back to these guys and getting some amazing signature pumpkins in your guys' palms. What is that?
There's a little trick here that I'm letting Jake and Oliver in on. That when you got a low tank, you don't make a long gathered piece. You make a short stubber.
Yeah.
And you can go in and you can gather a full gather. When you got a long, like bratwurst looking gather, Jake,
Me?
you can only get the gather on the end.
The bratwurst gatherer.
Yeah. But this way I can get a full gather, because if it's too long, you go in, you hit the bottom of the tank, and we are down to the bottom of the tank.
Yeah.
You know, I've been in a lot of tank yanking situations, and I don't know that if I've ever hit the bottom of the tank.
You never have?
Even when we were doing the end of the recycle furnace before we replaced it here, I remember that day of pumpkinettes with Brendan, and I don't even think we hit the bottom of the tank.
Nope.
Well, I'll tell you what, Ollie,
Today's the day.
I'm going to be digging on the bottom. I already hit the bottom.
You already hit the bottom?
On the last one, I just stuck it on the bottom and let go of the pipe, and it was just stuck there, and then I just turned it, and it was just resting
Until
on
it released?
Yep.
I got a question from Stephanie here. She's asking, why aren't they stamping these with the GA logo? Our signature and our certification that these were handmade at the studio in Dearborn, Michigan by our champion team. And Stephanie, we have been signing them.
You're just going to have to watch and see when we sneak it in, because it's not at the very end.
Yes, just take a look, take a deep look. And for those of you that don't know, every single piece is hand-signed, or not hand-signed, hand-stamped by us. See if you can find it throughout this process. There is the stamp. Chris is going for some sparkle glass right on top of this molten gather. And he's getting it on there real good.
I'll get that one.
We'll just have to get that on. Our heating pad was actually turned off, so these are medium warm, and Chris is using the heater to gather to pick them up. If it's not already difficult enough, now it is.
Well,
Yep.
how about something on, you can't use the torch on it. She'll melt that hot plate.
Yeah.
So we'll just get it nice and hot and stick them on.
This is actually going to make one of my favorite styles with all the small pieces of dichro.
Right.
Sparkle glass on there. And when they separate, you get all these nice black outlines I like a lot.
A lot of love going out to Lisa and every other winner out there, folks. We love giving away products. Obviously, it's a major part of the shows that we do weekly here. It's usually a major part of most of the Super Blaster shows. We have an amazing holiday show that we're planning up in the near future, and we also will have an incredible 300th show to show you
When it
on
snows.
New Year's Eve when it snows. That's right. There's our new orbs. Chris is
I'm
donated.
excited for the 300th show, man. That makes it 100 shows for me.
That's right. The 200th was your first show.
Oh, to have.
Seriously. The Pumpkin Show, this show is a beautiful show highlighting a lot of technique. We put a lot of time and effort planning out what's available on the show tonight, which tables are which, when they're going to go live. Coming up in the holiday show, we're going to have a seriously, probably another elongated show, maybe even longer than 2 hours. But we're going to be showing off penguins, incredible trees, new styles of trees, which seem to just come out of nowhere every year.
Now, Chris, I know you're thinking a lot right now, but when you're using the sparkle glass, what is there anything that's like on the forefront of your brain as you're working that extra material on the outside of the glass?
I'm trying to think about it being spaced in a certain way, and I want to have a good pattern, but this one's a little bit on the natural side, but that's what I was just doing with the tweezers, is trying to redirect a few of the pieces that were hanging off of there, which is something you can do. You can't do much of that, but if you do a little bit of it, gives it a little bit of individuality.
Okay.
But right now, because I had to squish it down so many times, I want to make sure that my bubble doesn't close up on the inside, and I want to make sure that I just keep it about right, because I still got to go into the optical mold. So keeping it capped is pretty important, so I don't close that bubble up.
See his hand back there, folks. This is a really talented move to be turning the pipe in that much glass, a double dunker, plus a bunch of sparkle glass on top, and he's turning the pipe solely with his right hand. He's supporting some weight with his back left hand, but he's trapping air in the pipe. He doesn't want to concave, or, what's the word? Someone help me out.
Yeah, you got it.
Collapse. That's the word. There we go.
I do have a question for you guys.
Bringeth.
John says, could you make frit out of sparkle glass, or would it not give the same effect?
Yes, they do make frit. We could make our own frit with it as well, John. But the issue with the sparkle glass is that it's a powder coating of a foreign material on top of glass. So you have either black-backed dichroic glass or clear-backed. And the reality of all the dichroic glass is when you stretch it out too far and you push it out further than it can go, it doesn't look as intentional. It looks kind of speckled and not so nice and clean. So when you use a frit, you need either a million coats to make it powerful enough, but you also, if it's black frit, or black dichroic glass, which is really what shows the color the best in our opinion, you'll see half of it will be black side up, half of it will be black side down. So it really doesn't come out as nice as we'd like. But we have experimented
This is
with it a
looking
little
real
bit.
good, though.
Whoa. And what's your core color?
Core color is transparent, like deep harvest orange.
Okay.
And I put about 6 coats on there. One, I want it to be dense, and 2, I was listening to you guys and went on autopilot and just kept loading it on.
I feel like, was that John whose question was about the sparkle glass?
Yeah.
I feel like sparkle glass is best used as an accent to what is already going on in a piece, and it's just there to like steal a little bit of the show, a little bit of razzle dazzle on it. But
Like
to do an
what's
entirely
that
like
there?
sparkle glass piece, I think would be a little overkill.
Yeah.
So Susan says, what is the question for next week's giveaway? So our question is, what part of the glassblowing process are you most curious about? You're going to send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com. I did see somebody putting it in the comments earlier. We love to see your questions. However, that does not get you entered to win the giveaway. So make sure you guys are just sending your answer to the question to enews@glassacademy.com in an email with your name and your answer in it. Jake, we picked out a fantastic giveaway for this week.
Oh.
We'll show that again to you in just a second, but Chris is going to have some crazy action going on right here.
Into the water, and I saw a comment remembering the Crackle Maestro, Joey Walker. Loves the dunk in that bucky. That's a super cool technique.
Have we done a sparkle glass crackler before?
No, we never have before.
Have you ever done a bar color Van Gogh sparkle glass Shugs
Never.
crackler?
Never. Whoa.
I'm just saying, dude, do them all at once.
We did do a mug with Van Gogh and sugar on the mug for an amazing customer of ours, Brendan.
Oh, I remember that one.
That piece turned out super cool. But I do think that we had to plan that one out to get all that tech together.
And I might be I might be misremembering here, so Brendan, if I get it wrong, don't hold me too accountable, but I believe Brendan told us at the Renaissance Festival that he just got a new house with his significant other, and congratulations to the two of them. You know, that's a huge deal.
Big upgrades for our amazing viewers and amazing connoisseurs of glass and glass lovers and addicts.
We still have to go over table D. That'll be our last table we go over tonight. Right now, if you're just hopping on a little late, our normal show table is still available. It's amazing pieces on it. We do have tables A, B, and C also live on the website as well for you guys to check out. I'll get those comments posted with those links in just a second here again. But you can go visit our website at glassacademy.com. In your drop down about the YouTube show up at the top, go ahead and click on that, and then you'll be able to see those links in there as well.
So Chris went for like 7 or 8 dunks in the bucket. That could be number 8
He just hasn't stopped.
He hasn't stopped. And the purpose of that is to make the crackleized texture. So he's keeping the core hot, getting right back in the heat, and then he's cooling down and cracking the very surface with the water. So every time he heats it up, he puffs it out a little bit, it spreads those cracks apart. It's a really unique texture to the glass, and it's really cool with pumpkins in particular because there's so much thickness. Below, Oliver. You want me to get it?
Good. Good.
Whoa.
What's the verdict?
They've never seen
Vernetric.
anything like this.
Wow.
What's the verdict? What do you say? Describe it.
It's looking pretty amazing. The way it's crackling, you guys, it's really, Jake, you want to give it a nice deep heat?
Yep.
It's really breaking that dichro up, and the whole surface is looking really organic, very ice-like, super cool, kind of like a sparkling frost pumpkin. Okay. Hello, Oliver. Keep going. Good. That thing's looking sweet.
That's cool.
You know what we're gonna do, Jake, don't you?
I do. Yes, I sure do. It's about to go down, folks. You're going to see it happen.
No way.
No way.
This will be the first one in this
Will you
particular
turn
style.
that lengthwise for me?
Why wouldn't you just use the wooden box?
Because that's our nice standing stool box.
It's a very nice box.
It's a great box. We love that box. So Chris is going to go for a technique I think you've never seen before, Oliver, and I haven't really made a few of either, to be honest. Kind of forgot it was a technique for a while.
Giving air?
But here he goes. Maybe a light puff. Be careful, Oliver. Whoa.
What?
Look at that.
It's like a giant
It's a
slug.
gourd.
Chris,
Giant
you can't
slug.
make up a second new way to do pumpkins on year 2 for me, okay? I thought I had them all. I thought I knew. How do we even lay this one down?
You gotta put that thing on an angle, my friend. All right, Ollie, how about a bit?
Yeah, just
You want to take your time with that? I'll grab it.
I would love that.
Christina says, does anybody have a favorite pumpkin that they've ever made?
I'm making one right now.
It changes every year. It literally, like every year, there's a new favorite pumpkin, and we save some of them, set some of them aside, but I'm riveted with excitement. I don't know if that's right either.
Amanda says, what's your favorite color to work with? Anybody?
Magenta.
Magenta.
Magenta all day.
Can you say magenta?
Magenta.
I thought Jake liked yellow the best.
Jake does love a brilliant yellow.
I'm a yellow hater.
I think 2025, I'm going to start liking yellow a lot just in spite of Jake.
I'm super excited. If the next show is lanterns here on the Gathering Point, we're going to do all lantern holy pumpkins that you could put firelights into. Fireflies. The show after that will be sugar pumpkins, and we will blow your mind with the sugar ones. And in fact, a lot of lanterns have the sugar on them too. We started experimenting with different colors of sugar. How's your timing, Dad?
I'm ready when you are.
All right.
This thing is looking really nice.
You go ahead and knock that right off. I'm ready.
All right. You got to keep her from sliding, Ollie?
I think that's the idea.
Awesome.
Oh, we got a good one coming.
I've never seen nothing.
Let's do it, baby. Look at that. Nice teamwork.
Wrap
Throw
down.
it down. No way. It's impossible.
It just happened. There's such an elegance in the way that these stems are laid onto here, first by Chris and then person number 2 to take the tips and lay them into place. It's a whole nother angle to stems that we take a lot of pride in and really attempt to make this something you've never seen before.
What?
That is rowdy, folks. Incredible idea.
I thought she was slipping.
Who suggested this, Bess?
I believe Pammy. I have to double check.
Pammy the champion. Going to number 1. Going to number 1, Oliver. Right up and, yep. Wow. That's a unique
Nice,
one.
Chris.
Ring that bell.
Woohoo!
That was tight. That is, that's a one of a
That's
kinder
one of the
for
most
sure.
rowdy pumpkins I've seen this year.
All right. Who wants to talk about the final table?
I'll talk about the
It's
final
all
table.
Chris.
Ooh, is this it right here? Oh, yeah. We got some nice ones here. Table number D, guys, and we got a nice mix. Look at these. We got a squasher. This one here is a traditional, but this is a bar color. That is gorgeous. Number 2D and 3D are both bar colors. One's a squasher in the deep mandarin orange, and the other one's in the traditional pumpkin with the pumpkin core. Look at the shadows. I love the shadows on the back wall. Down here, we got a few dichro pieces. This pinky's got some really beautiful, beautiful sparkle in there.
I need a
Look
price.
at that.
I need a
Oh, look at that stem. I can confidently say I made that one there, folks. But look at this beautiful one here. 4D white with the sparkle all over it. The white makes the sparkle pop completely with that beautiful iridescent stem. Like what? Yeah. We got some nice ones, though. This guy's a deep ruby. It's a really beautiful ruby. And look at how you get that reflection of the stem on the top of it. It really looks nice. That one's 7, that's 6D. What do we got going on over here? We got another traditional, beautiful, but a bar color 9D. That guy's looking really gorgeous. 8D is definitely got a lot going on, folks. I'm going to give it a slow spin for you, but the sparkle glass with a mix of the deep hyacinth purple with some beautiful opaque periwinkle on top of that. This one here is all about purple. If you're a purple lover, that's your pumpkin.
Or is this one?
Well, 10D is pretty subdued. It's very, very, very subtle when it comes to that dichro on there. It's just an accent that you have to see the sparkle very, very gently. Look at this guy, though. Another white one. This is that 32 mold, 32-point mold. Look at this guy. What a nice connection up here. 11D is a winner for sure in my book. And this guy here, that's a pink special, but that's a Van Gogh. 12D is a very low boy squatter. The squatter Van Gogh. I remember when that one came off the pipe when it was born, and we were pretty excited about that one. Ooh, 4A. Look at this one. This is the one that Jake was asking about, the recycled glass with the white on the outside. That is insane. Look at the stem on that with the aqua blue core. Man, that is a beaut. 4A. All right, heading back over to the hot shop. I think we're getting ready to make the giveaway.
Yes, no, we're not going to make the giveaway. This one's for sale because this is the giveaway.
Nice.
This ridiculous, out-of-control jumbo pump. And that's a Van Gogh. It's a subtle Van Gogh because it's still completely transparent. There's
Did
varying
you
depths of Van
realize
Gogh.
you were giving away like a $500 pumpkin?
I did.
Well, that's sweet.
It's the virtual pumpkin show, folks.
I love it.
That's what we're doing, hooking up the people. It's pretty out of control. Last year, this was like a 3-hour show, and it was super crazy, and we gave away a ton of stuff. This year, it's going from an hour and a half to a 2-hour show, and we're doing 4 styles instead of all 7. And so we felt we had to still give you guys something incredible for the giveaway and something super powerful, and that's what that is right there.
Couple things to mention.
So
for
what
you
we're going
guys.
to do is the final, what's that?
I was just going to say a couple of things to mention. Cinderella pumpkin, sparkle, crackle, amazing squasher gourd is available. Table D is now live as well. Go ahead. Sorry, Jake.
Can that sideways crackle one I just did? That
Yeah.
thing is, I kind of hope nobody buys it because I want that one for myself. That thing's tight. I could sit around the house for a year or two and then I could bring it back. I got that kind of clout around here.
That one is super, super cool.
What? Ing. You talking about the hook? If anybody gets out of line, you just give them the hook, folks. And it would be treacherous, one of these. Ah. But that thing's sharp, and that's for doing a really cool technique that I don't know if I'm supposed to let it out of the bag or not, but I'm gonna anyways. It's a feathering technique, and Jake is pretty darn good at doing the feathering technique. And that's I mean, they were doing the feathered glass in core form glass about 2,000 years ago in Egypt. And it was pretty cool, but it became really popular for a little while in Venice, but then got really popular in early American glass. It's a sweet technique, and the way it works is you take 2 different colors of glass and you wrap them in a spiral around the exterior surface of the piece, and then you get it really hot really quickly, and you take that hook and you drag up 2 lines going upward, and then you drag 2 lines going down. And it's really in the discretion of the gaffer, who is Jacob right now. I've seen him do it with 3, I've seen him do it with 4, I've seen him do it with 6. So who knows what he's gonna do right now, but it's him and Ollie, and they're getting crazy. He's got a couple coats of a beautiful, is that like a emerald green?
Yeah, this is not your traditional pumpkin, folks. This is going to be a color pattern that you saw on the shelf there. A great customer of ours, Sherry, custom ordered her 4th or 5th yearly mug, and we did it in this color pattern.
Yeah. Out at the festival?
At the festival.
That
and
was
this
gorgeous.
Color combo and pattern and everything about it is out of control.
So if you guys aren't familiar, a lot of times we got new people on the show, and different colored glass is made with different color earthly minerals off the periodic table. That is one of the coolest things that we love about glass blowing. Everything we take out of the tank is clear
You got it,
crystal,
Jake.
and then we have pre-mixed colored glass, a huge amount. I'm going to show you right over here. Look at all these colors. We've got all these pre-mixed, hundreds of colors, and then we've also got bar color, hundreds of bars of color, and those are all pre-mixed clear crystal with earthly elements off the periodic table. So like manganese makes purple glass, gold makes red glass, iron makes green glass, and that green that Jake's got, that emerald green, is literally made from iron oxide. A perfect example would be if we accidentally dropped one of these tools into the furnace. It would sink down to the bottom, and after about a week it would start decaying or really dissolving from the glass because the glass is so corrosive, and the tank would start turning green. It's pretty sweet, but that's just iron, raw iron. So these guys are getting ready to put the trail on. Is this happening right now?
Yeah, this is not, we've made no pumpkins like this year, but this particular pattern also does take quite a bit of mental capacity because the timing of having this bubble cold, but not too cold that you lose all your heat, and Oliver bringing over a bit that's going to trail and spiral evenly down the whole piece. The timing's really important. I think we're looking really perfect for it.
I like it. Well, if you guys do focus, you might see Jake's head pulsating with so much concentration.
Right up here.
Yep, right on the vein spot. All right, here comes Oliver with the trail. I'm going to get right in on it so you guys can see what's going on.
That's a nice trail, Oliver.
Thank you.
Look at that. Steady.
Symmetry is important.
We're going to use it all.
As soon as you said steady, Jake, the camera just decided to start looking the other way. I don't know why, it like triggered it.
Yeah. Look at how that just turned beautifully blue.
See a little bit of that blue on there if you just hold it steady.
If you could just hold it steady.
I'll touch it for 1 second. Ah! Nope, I won't be touching it anymore.
See a little bit closer up there by the coil.
Oh yeah, I see that, puppy. It's looking real blue. That's a cobalt blue.
That's gonna be iodized to.
So is that got a lot of silver nitrate in it? If you add silver nitrate to the glass, folks, and usually you can do it with greens and you can do it with all kinds. Now watch. Oh yeah, watch this other one. Yeah.
Karate chop it.
So now you're going to be doing 2 more, right? Going back down.
Right now, at the very bottom, you have like the perfect outline of it on.
Tiger eye.
Just like an eye on it.
I remember doing a mug like this, and we actually have a viral video of this mug that's up right now, and the bottom of it looks like an eye. That's a great question.
Oh, do we have new pumpkin t-shirts?
Did we get
Oh.
pumpkin shirts?
We did. Tell her I can wait.
She just said that. If you say it one more time, Michelle, I'll try to say it the same time you're saying it with your mouth, and it'll sound. Jessica said, "Where are the shirts?" Never mind, it's not working.
We don't have our pumpkin t-shirts on today. Maybe we forgot about them, but we're gonna have them for the weekend and the following weekend. So
I mean, what's yours, Jake? Give me a shot in the back. Oh, you gotta have it hot. Oliver, turn around.
I got cool thoughts on my mind.
Winter Holiday Fest. Michelle, turn around. She's got the Glass Academy, folks. Bess,
I've got last year's pumpkin shirt.
pull the hair up. Nah, we got somebody with the Pumpkin
I
Fest
tried.
shirt on. Yeah, but I don't know what mine is. But Oliver, you want to show them?
Yeah, let's see.
You've got a generic one.
With the Detroit Puddle?
Yep.
Let's go.
Couple people are asking for the link of the Cinderella pumpkin and the one that was just made, the Crackle Sparkle. Those sold the minute I said the words that they were available, so I didn't even get a chance to post the link because they sold so quickly, just so you guys know. So that's why there's not been a link in the comments, because they went in 2 seconds.
Jake, did you just give me a little bit of twist on the marmor?
Yes. And also, we're going to do a blue chrome stem.
Oh.
The second blue chrome stem of the year.
Bess, are you saying, Bess, that somebody out there has a mechanical finger attached to their...
It's quite possible. With
Button.
how fast that was, I was actually pretty impressed.
I
You
wonder
were
if
like-
you can use AI for this. Hook up the robot and say, I need you to use my credit card to purchase this pumpkin instantaneously. Is that cheating?
I think that it's pretty important that people should give their credit card number to an AI robot and tell them to just go buy pumpkins.
That sounds dangerous.
Handmade pumpkins.
Here, I know an AI program that'll do just that for you, and that AI program name is Oliver Shield. So you just you Google Oliver Shield, you find his AI social media, and then it'll hook you up with what you need.
There we go.
Information.
Nice.
All right.
So now we're getting ready to go into the mold, you say?
Yeah, look at all that.
Which mold you going into? The hog?
With all this extra texture and color pattern going on, I don't want to hide it with extra ribs. So I'm going to go into the 12-pointer so that there's more room in between each rib and you can see the pattern get really,
Might fit in that one.
that mold,
Get the little 12 points, what he's talking about.
I'm not interested in that.
Why not? It's
That
a
little
nice
mini
mold.
one?
You're not being mean to it, are you?
I do kind of show that mold who's boss from time to time.
It keeps you from having to gordify it.
I don't know much about gordita in this situation.
Oh, boom! He almost fell off the box.
No. That's my steady box. What do you say, Oliver?
Could have fit in a small 12-point mold.
Our stem mold. Oh, you guys are upside down all of a sudden.
Oh, hey there.
Turn it off and back on.
Just a second, everybody. Don't get dizzy.
Take it out of there. Maybe take it out of the gimbal.
Blow.
People die.
Blow harder. Stop. Oh, yeah.
Bess isn't there.
Bess.
Bess, we need your help.
Best.
Can-
Code red, code red.
It's kind of like the popcorn video. Wham! It's
Ba-bing!
done! And light and fluffy.
Here, just so you guys know, Michelle doesn't have a mic. The camera overheated and just decided it didn't want to do anything anymore. So, of course, it was the 2 seconds that I walked away to ask a question. So, we're back. If you guys can't see us, just refresh your screens.
Iris.
Blue chrome.
That's all we want going on with it.
Blue chrome?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, everything
Oh,
looks
yeah.
good on my end now. Facebook and YouTube, we're streaming, so.
So it's going to take a white background to see what's going on, but this deep emerald undertone, and at the very last moment, will re-iridize all that beautiful blue. There's a lot happening in this pumpkin. and we're going to bring the blue chrome stem to match. If there's a shot available, Mom, from this angle with it being backlit, you can really see what's going on
2 seconds I
in the color pattern.
Sure, Mike. All right, looks like things are getting heated up here now, folks. Finally, we're in a little OT, which we love, just like when the Red Wings go into OT.
This is super OT because it's our first 2-hour show.
Yeah.
And like since we went to summer.
John said on this show.
On the show. I love it.
All right, they're getting ready to drop and pop, guys. They're going to be dropping in the mold and putting that stem on.
Real light heat after the mold because that blue's so soft.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
That would, yes, thanks.
And then I'm coming right behind you, Jake.
Look through the bricks.
That's looking like a nice one. Nice setup on that, Oliver.
This is one of my new favorite styles as well. Instead of rolling it and flopping it all the way down, we do one of these.
Is that the Spinneroonie?
Yeah, that's the old coiled tail pumpkin patcher.
I like that technique.
Me too. See how it's curled basically into like a snail shell right there. Really organic. Straight from the patch. And wait till we iridize this blue kizzy, folks. You want the honors?
If you don't mind.
Bling that thing out. Woo-wee. Yes. That's a soft color, so. Yep, looks great.
That feather technique came out like really, really apparent on it. I was worried that the ridge was going to mask it, but just like Jake said, going for the 12 was the right call on that one.
All right.
That was a nice one.
Let's go.
Nice one, Jake. Good day today, Chris.
Wow.
Nice work. That was a good one.
That was a seriously power blasted show, folks. Incredible, incredible pumpkins and presentation.
That's the unveiling of the harvest season.
October
Tonight.
1st. That's today.
And we're back to our 2-hour shows, everybody. We're back, baby.
So to recap, we've got our signature pumpkin available on the website. We didn't, in fact, do a secondary cane pumpkin, but there will be more. Mark my words. You can answer this giveaway question. You send your answer to enews@glassacademy.com to win that pumpkin, the biggest pumpkin we might have ever given away on a live show. But we have to do it for the yearly pumpkin insinuation of pumpkin patch action. And you check out the Gathering Point page, glassacademy.com, to get your pumpkin fix. Because it's all there and it's all handmade and you can shop local.
Come see us this weekend.
Come see us this weekend. If you're in town, come
Come
visit
on
us.
into town.
In town,
A lot
Dearborn,
of cool stuff in
Michigan.
store.
If you can't make it next weekend or this coming weekend, come the next.
It was
Or
an
the one after
amazing
that.
287th show.
That's right. Next week's Lanterns, folks. We appreciate you all. Thanks to our members.